So I'm currently in a hotel as I'm doing some training in Newport tomorrow, but I'm being proactive and planning ahead for the SPAG lesson I'm going to be teaching to year fours this week. So I thought I'd share with you how AI can help with some of that, and not use this video to rant about how I absolutely detest the way in which we teach SPAG because of this SPAG test, which I think is one of the worst things we've implemented in our education system, and actually think writing's got a lot worse since we brought that test in. Instead, I want to showcase how a tool like ChatGPT might help you and save you time. Now, I'm sure you've seen a lot of chat about ChatGPT and a lot of people talking about how it might replace teachers. No. Of course, it's not going to replace teachers. Here's how I see it. In an education system that seems hell-bent in overworking teachers and wasting their time with pointless paperwork, ChatGPT might save you that time. First things first, as it is a class I've not done a lot of SPAG work with before, I might need to check what children should know before we introduce fronted adverbials. So the first question I'm putting in is, what should year 4 students know before learn about fronted adverbials? And it is now going to give me the prior learning they should know. This is the answer it's generated, and of course you can pause the screen and have a look at that in a bit more detail. Let's imagine I can't think of an activity or a lesson starter just to check the children's understanding. I'm going to see what it generates here. So again, pause the screen if you want to read it in more detail. You might look at it and think, nah, not for me. So instead, I'm going to ask it to write a paragraph with plenty of spelling, punctuation and grammar errors for children to correct as a starter activity. So this is what it's generated, a paragraph with lots of mistakes, which I can obviously copy and print, but it's also put the corrections in. I'll also ask it to explain the corrections as well. Right, we're going to build on that now. Can you rewrite the above paragraph, but adding in some front adverbials and explaining the type of front adverbials and the impact it has? And again, this is what it's generated, but it's not perfect. As you can see, we've got adverbials of time, manner, so we're missing frequency and degree. So I could ask it to rewrite it with examples of those specific types of fronted adverbials. But instead, we're going to move on to create a table of different types with a few examples in each. So this is what it's generated, but I want it to be more specific. I want it to match the ones we focus on in class and also give an explanation. And this is what it's generated. So I could ask children to add even more examples here. And then I've asked it to write 10 sentences with missing fronted adverbials for the children to add in. It's not quite done it perfectly, as they're not all fronted adverbials, but that could add a further challenge where the children could turn them into fronted adverbials. So what do you think? Not bad, that is it for 3 minutes.